So the show was inspired by the instructor that we had at Visa during the spring. We had about 8 people in the class, 8 or 9 people, and we got along together quite well as a group, and the work was really good in the classes, so we decided to have a show together. And I happened to have the gallery space during the summer myself, and so just decided to take a couple of weeks and put this show together, and here we are, and it just seemed to come together very well. Megan Dick is the name of the teacher, and unfortunately for us, and fortunately for her, she got a job at the University of Calgary for the fall, and I was hoping to take another course with her in the fall in sculpture, but that's not going to happen. But anyway, it's been a great experience, and it all comes. She's the wellspring that all this comes from.
My name's Erin Berry, and I'm the artist that did these 2 pieces. They don't really have a name right now, but I guess they're about growth and about biology and kind of an infestation, and a quiet but threatening infestation, and that's kind of what I was thinking about when I was doing this piece. And I think it can be really any size. It can be small, and I really wanted to kind of infest the room with it. So, and then this piece is, I guess they're connected, but they are separate pieces, and I put them together because they kind of bounce off each other and they speak to each other in a way that this one's also growing, but it's kind of up high, and I guess it's growing from up above, so it could be like in a tree or something like that, but not really. That's not really what I was thinking, I guess. I was more, I guess I used white as more of an ambiguous color, so you can really get what you want from these pieces, and I think they relate to everyone differently in a way that if they had color to them, they would really resonate differently. So this way I wanted to resonate with kind of a fungus or something that is growing spontaneously, and that's really where I was going with these pieces. And they're made with plaster Paris, and then latex gloves, and that one and plaster Paris. And these ones I had out, and they were really clean and white. And then I've left them for a while, for about 3 weeks, in a container, sealed container, and they've kind of acquired some mold. And I really think that's adding to the piece for me, is that they're actually acquiring some natural biological forms. So, and I'm really enjoying where the piece is going, and I think I'm going to continue doing it and making more, so the piece becomes much bigger and fills a room. I think that's kind of where I'm going with it. Yeah. Well, this piece is really about gravity, and gravity is something that we live with every day, and it's something that we don't really think about every day, but I really wanted with this piece to make someone think about it and really observe gravity. And it kind of, it creates a sense of gravity, a pulling down of the earth, but also it has a sense of floating. When you look really close, it seems like it's floating on top of that bottom form. And there's lots of tension that I wanted to create in this piece with the line and the angles that it creates. So I wanted to create a piece that you can contemplate and stand and watch, and kind of transfixes the viewer. It's made with black thread and black ceramic. Yeah, which I threw on a wheel and then tied together. So I'm happy with this piece. I think I achieved what I set out to achieve when I had the idea. And I think it works in this space well. And it creates kind of a, with the angles from the string, it creates an invisible wall almost that someone might want to penetrate, but is almost hesitant to. And that, I think, is something that happened without my knowledge, without my meaning to happen, which I'm really happy with, that it kind of, you with this, and I definitely want to move more in this direction with ceramic and black and kind of a sophistication that it has, and a quiet sophistication. Thank you.
Well, these are two pieces of mine. This is I guess more installation you'd call. This is more sculptural. This piece is called Suck 1 and this is Suck 2. And it's really about I was thinking about gravity and how the effects of gravity on the body. And also want to create something kind of visual to pull you in from the street. And this is spandex, kind of stretched spandex. And there's a saying of sculpture, make it big, make it red. So that one fulfills this function. I could tick that off. And so this is just kind of ostentatious glitter, but it's in a vacuum bag, so it's all the air is pulled out of it over time, and then it kind of reinflates. And the beauty of it is uses about, I had the vacuum bag and all the other materials, it's my mattress actually, and the Mylar is about $5 worth of material. So you get a very large gold nugget with $5 of material. And I thought it was very telling. A friend of mine who came in, he as it was shrinking, he mentioned that it looked like the Greek economy. So it's triggered when somebody comes in. It's quite large. They go through the gallery. As they come back, hopefully it's diminished in size, and it continues to shrink over the next 15 minutes until someone leaves, and then it kind of relaxes and opens up again. So colors. I'm wearing a ring that's kind of a red and gold ring. Again, very just kind of glittery objects. I wanted to work from the street and kind of the location we're in. I saw some young men in a fancy car drive by and be immediately, taken back by the gold and almost, kind of transfixed by it. So it's that kind of there's an immediate lust and desire for gold. And also another piece I did use diamonds. So it has kind of a populist bent, but then it's also, of course, completely fake, and although it still holds your attention, you can't really let it go. It's still kind of beautiful if you allow that, and we get transfixed by shiny objects just as crows do, and and this one I would say is physical, a physical pull. And has, of course, sexual connotations, and it's kind of a lo-fi, do-it-yourself version of maybe a Terrell or something like that.
This is actually inspired by Robertson Davies' book, World of Wonders. And it's, it has a lot of themes in it, but the major theme that I'm using here is the one of his discussion of his connection to the circus in the 30s, 20s, 40s, and particularly the magic. And so what I try to develop here is sort of like a reference to the funhouse of the mid last century, and so I'm just using found objects and concepts of tension and depth and collection, and also against my background of abstract painting, And so that's just what's showing here. Yeah. This piece here, I've been nurturing this outside in nature for the last 4 years on our roof, and the roof of the gallery. And it's kind of like a fossil now. It's I don't know quite how to describe it, and it connects with this idea of collection, and it's almost like it's on an old screen, like a video screen, a projector. You know, I don't have the words for that anymore. The old projector, and it sort of looks like an old projector, but it also is a collection of stuff that I tend to collect for my art. So it's just examples of that, and it's all this idea together. And it was kind of quite fun to do, and I go up under the roof every 6 months and flip this over, and it's in a puddle of water, a pool of water, and then I put it out in the sun, and it grows more stuff, and leaves gather on it and connect to it somehow. And it was just a lot of fun too. It's a bit like not an old friend, but a friend I've had for about 4 years. And it's a kind of a nurturing thing.
For how long do you want to keep doing that?
Do
This piece?
this? I'm not sure. It's almost like a finished piece, and it's
So the thing is finished?
it's finished.
It's not going to,
But that's an idea. Maybe
again?
maybe it will go out again. Yeah, I kind of like it the way it is. So that's a good question, my friend. I'm not sure. We'll see.
Here, and you know what it means, and the freedom. Oh, there's Michael. Hello, Michael. Hello, again. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you.
Bill's in the alcohol room.
No.
No, you'll let you. Well, my house.
Maybe somebody else has to take them up.
Here's Richard going up. Oh, they just came right off. The ones inside, and these two didn't work.
How can they not work? You need a bigger butcher knife.
No, you know what happened with this one? It started deflating. But here, I'll do it in the light.
Do it with authority.
See if it works here.
Deflated.
Metamorphosis. Cool, huh?
I don't know either. Certainly. Where do you want?
Well, you have
Faces in there.
to, no, you have to be behind us.
Practicing for an interview to talk about Megan at the show. Yeah, well, no, we talked about that before. He wanted me to talk about it, so. I think they
How are you? It's like in the theatre George Orwell theory. I've still got the book in Penguin. It's a classic. It's a classic, yeah. Oh, you did? You made one in the 70s.
Okay.
I think I might have met you before.
So you filled the room with time.
Yeah, and mannequins around.
Oh, gorgeous.
Is this the chapel built? Experimental.
Oh, no. Yeah, it's incredible. But then it starts to take on all this sort of red translucence on one side.
Well, yeah, that's it. But yeah, I had a mirror.